Hearing impaired children of Babab Special Education School of Mandaue. Kanang deaf and mute. Yeah. And special education children, yeah. And in the spirit of Sinulog, the foundation, the Quota International Foundation, of which Cora is president, and my auntie, Auntie Lourdes, who was the one who sponsored it, she's a retired nurse. She's the first one to go to Canada, but now she's retired here, and they live here, and she wants to be involved to make a difference in that community. And yeah, and I have the good fortune and pleasure to work with the Mandaue Children's Choir, the Children's Choir, which is an award-winning choir, as you know, with my good friend Dennis Sugarol. I love that name, Dennis Sugarol. He's coming later. We have done a couple of concerts already here, as well, the one for the waterfront. And then when we were in Rome, we sang for the canonization of St. Pedro Calungsod. We had the pleasure to sing actually in the Vatican. And so we have we already have a few years of collaboration. So this is going to be an awesome concert with a mixture of jazz, opera, gospel, sacred music, and Filipiniana. And with myself and the children's choir, and Dennis as our music director and pianist, and also Father June Agravante is our beautiful voice. We're going to be doing a couple of duets. So it's that kind of an evening. It's great music. Some things that are not heard enough. I believe. In Cebu, perhaps?
Singing Cebuano songs?
Of course. Sigurado. mga classic, mga karaan. Pero I don't hear it being sung too much anymore. Gumunhab nga sulbaron, kininggog masato, mithing at tulukibon, sama sadak sa damgo, pagkalisod tukaron, daw bungaw mabangit-ngit, ang kangikong kunlinlingon daw pumalatag sa mga kasakit. Ang mga basiklap sa malulot ninyong tinalawan, daw sa maitlot na punyal nga minakas, sa himalat yun kung kasing-kasing o kalag. Ang inyong pahiyong nga hinuslan lang sa tagalangit, magugas sa akong dagong, sa akong kasakit. Like kanang shout or whatever, just kanang kalma lang. But practicing every day. So Dennis Sugarol, who is our music director, is an excellent pianist.
Yes.
So he will be. We're acquiring a nice piano. We're looking for a grand piano at the moment, but we will have a piano. So he'll be playing, and also some of these tracks for the modern stuff like jazz and ballads and musical theater pieces will be with background tracks. I have my own specially made background tracks. Yeah.
Saan nakuha mo influence mo sa music?
Well, growing up, my father is actually a very good singer. Ang iyang sa side namo sa kanya, mga singers yun. He used to sing on the radio here when he was in the Philippines, and also like in the style of Matt Monroe, Nat King Cole, kind of jazz kind of stuff. But also when I was growing up in Toronto, I listened to everything. I used to play in a rock band. I'm the church musician at my church a lot, and opera. Like I went to start seeing opera when I was 10, 12 years old. I have such a love of the theater, you know, and so I just listened to, you know, Maria Callas, and one of my favorite voices of all time is the Maori, you know, she's half Maori, half European diva, Kirite Kanawa from New Zealand, and also, you know, many, many, many singers like Italian, French, German, and pop music, you know, everything. But I love classical music in a special way.
Is this your first major concert in Cebu?
It is not. As I said, like a 10-year or 2010, I was here and we had a big concert at the waterfront. Again with Dennis and the children, but different time. This is more focused on like different kinds of music. Yeah, like Moraga. It's an hour and a half to 2 hours of music. It's really about the music and about lifting people up. That's why we call songs of hope. Ang themes sa mga songs are very, very inspirational, like beautiful songs of all different styles. Classical, sacred, pop, and Filipinian.
I'm just curious.
Yes.
I came from Manila, Cebu.
Yes.
And a certain Kanya happens to be a former mayor of that certain town.
Oh.
And then,
I think related me.
Okay,
Yo,
sa-
tiyo nako na from the Kanya side.
Pag-invite pala ni Mr. Sam
Oo.
na Lilac Cana, pasinog na yung mga kaliwat siguro sa Mindanao.
Naagyo. I forget their names now. Si Tita Nene is the wife of, yeah.
Ang anak ni is what? Medical doctor.
Yes, indeed.
At mo mag-taga-Mandawi, Children's Choir sa States.
Yes. They have not yet been to Canada. I'm based in Toronto, Canada. But the choir has traveled to LA, I believe, in the West, and they're doing good things. And we've actually made a CD together. Here, we recorded it in Cebu, and we're planning on a second one.
How often do you come to?
Well, ever since I graduated, I really want to come back more and more. Almost every year, if I can manage it every year. So my parents are now fully retired, and they have a place here. So it's like winter, you know. It's so cold there, like it's terrible, -20 Celsius. So the idea is, karong mga panahon na they want to come here. So we have a place, we have a condo here, and we have some properties, and you know, it's like circular migration, you know, because of political situation or economics. Many Filipinos go abroad and you make a life there, but then most people want to come back. If for a portion of the time, portion of the year, or like in the case of my aunt, full time, she sold everything there in Canada and came back, and she's here, living here now. But in my case, probably back and forth. Okay, I have my family and I have my friends and my life there also. But I love to come here, of course. We're very lucky to have two homes in the universe.
You graduated from
The University of Toronto Opera Performance Program. Yes. So we studied all forms of opera in Italian, French, German, Russian styles, and from that school, most people go on to sing for the Canadian Opera Company, much like the Metropolitan Opera Company of New York. It's the biggest gig, and it's such a thrill, you know, to be on stage and you know, in different costumes and different eras. The greats like Puccini, Mozart, Verdi. Every once in a while, we'll have like a new opera, like a new commissioned opera by an American or Canadian composer. I've had the pleasure of doing that as well, like Bagong Works. But then, apart from that, I also love to sing, you know, jazz and musical theater. I've toured also with a trio, and we do kind of a review show. It's called Pop to Opera, where it's like an hour and a half. When we do the whole show with different styles, and we tour. Yeah.
How
So
long would it take to finish the program?
this one coming up will be an hour and a half.
No, the course you...
Oh, depends. So it's a 3 to 4 year course, and it's a master's course. So my first undergraduate, actually, I took my undergraduate double major. So I was doing music, but I was also doing creative writing. So I used to work for a newspaper as well. I was the editor of the arts. Let's do. Okay. Let's do a little bit from, well, O mio babino caro. O mio babino caro, mi piace vero, vero, quando in Porta Rossa a comperar l'anello, sì, sì, ci voglio andare, e se l'ammazzo indarno, andrai sul ponte vecchio, ma per buttarmi in arma mi struggo e mi tormento. Oh Dio, vorrei morir, babbo pietà, pietà, babbo pietà, pietà. Thank you.
Doon na kayo na
That's from
support
Sini,
dito
no?
sa talent.
Is that from the Sini?
Yes. So for this, huh? Oh, thank you.
One.
Thank you, Auntie.
Mga local talent.
I don't know if Dennis is
Mga local talent.
He's coming at the
Yeah,
anytime
so
now.
it's just me and the Mandawi Children's Choir and Dennis Ugarol and Father June Agravante. Very simple. You know, in one show, I like to take people on a journey. You know, like from sacred music, and then to classical, and then a little bit about the program. I don't want to give it away, but so like within one person, like you don't need too many. I find that now more of a younger generation searching for classical music, and in Cebu, I find it so sad. It's a great city. I before na may katong Cebu Orchestra. Wala na karon. I think that even our own Filipino music is so rich. Daghantang mga sarsuela, daghantang mga kundiman, mga balitaw sa Bisaya. Kanang there is a beauty to that. Nga dili dapat makalimtan kay pop music is okay, but it's only kutob dili, right? So you need to go deeper sometimes. And what I love about classical music is it's timeless. I mean, I'm not European, but this art form is like 500 years old. And ang atong music pod before that we have, of course, our own music pod. Actually, I'm also really, lately, this is, apart from this concert, another development that I'm pursuing as an artist is learning about our indigenous Filipino music. My good friend, Grace Nono, who is a Filipino music specialist, and she's a PhD along with the lines of like Joy Ayala. Kanang atong music, I'm learning more about it. and I'm going to incorporate that in my next. My project this year is to come out with a new album. I have 7 albums, but I'm working on my new one, and it's my own compositions. So I love that. So that's coming up.
Mas nindot si Junta nga i-revive ang the Cebuano music, which is katulong ano ba, okay. Karon nagwala. Even ganing ang pop music ganing sa Cebu is somewhat kay there's already the entry of the kanang gitawag nga to Vispa.
Vispop. That's cool. I mean, that's it's okay, right? I'm not against progress, but you will find that one day people will long for that kanang nawa.
Mas nindot mo itong at least bang nakakanta po ito ba? Which is really nga kanang makaingon dito ba nga this is really Cebuano music.
Yeah.
Nga dili kay pagkulang na.
So in the new album, are you incorporating something that's Cebuano?
Absolutely, yes. And I'm collaborating with people like Dennis, like he's a good composer and arranger also. And I've written already 2 songs, but they're in English. Yeah, I would like to incorporate more, like even we have a very distinct timbre atong pagka-Cebuano. Kay murag lawom ang atong poetry. I love it. Like I love it so much.
Especially in the words. Cebuano.
Yeah. So how do we do that in a way that we're in the modern world, but we also have to tip the hat to our tradition. Yeah.
To preserve our culture and heritage.
Yeah.
Cebuano heritage.
Woohoo!
So what can the audience expect from this show?
An amazing musical ride from beginning to end, and to be uplifted, really. And it's all about the children too. So it's about the future, and because we also have of course, the Mandawi Children's Choir, and they're getting better all the time. And we're doing I'm doing some collaboration with them also. So it's a very inspirational, very spiritual, and reviving concert. Yes. Oh well, we can't afford to give it for free because we're trying to raise funds for the kids. But we have 300, 500, and 1,000 tickets. And a lot of the Balikbayans are here now, and a lot of them will be in the audience. But I want the people from here we'd like to expose them to this music. Yeah.
The time?
7:30, and we will start on time. We'll get auntie,
Yes.
complimentary for the media, complimentary tickets. Yes, of course. Yes.
We're doing this because we are a benefit concert for 3 beneficiaries. One is the Babag special education, like hard of hearing.
Yes.
And the other is in special education class in Bantayan, which we have been supporting since Yolanda, right? And then the other one is the disadvantaged women and children in Alegria City. So this is our fundraising for those 3 beneficiaries. We're very actively involved with their maintenance and everything. And as I said, we are a baby club of Quota International of Cebu, and we are just starting, about 3 years old, and so we need to build up our reserve, right? And that's why Sir Sam kindly offered to donate some of your time, and so we'll give you a complimentary tickets, and have just a little bit of honorarium. And but hopefully we can get the coverage, just with that, and we can include you in our video flash of sponsors during the program, because we have some sponsors, And so we will, if you give me the details of where you're with the Freeman or Samstar, we'll include it in our credits.
Yes.
Okay, so hopefully that will be really good for your generosity and to help us. Yeah.
So can we watch the video now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where is Tita?
We're sitting down, but please have some snack first.
Yep.
Sige.
Because we'll
Yes.
wait for Dennis.
Thank you.
No?
We're good?
Yes.
Sa pangarod mo't makinig, nagpangatibak ug nagpangatumpag kay buot mo